You're watching 48 Fastcast.
Welcome in, y'all. 7:01. Thanks for joining us for our 48 Fastcast. Today we're starting pretty warm, muggy. Later on it will get warmer and you'll probably see some showers and storms.
Yeah, and there was some fog in different areas as well around, the viewing area, but potentially some rain today too, right?
Yeah, fog first. We'll have a break. We'll heat up, and then we do see those scattered showers and storms developing through the afternoon and evening. Threats of heavy rainfall, frequent lightning, gusty winds later today, but this is some of the fog that I've been talking about all morning since our early newscast started at 4:30. Now you're fast casting with us, and we appreciate you. Fly HSV Delta Cam, Wilson Dam, Wilson Lake. If you look inland, now the northwest part of our state has picked up substantial rainfall over the past 2 days. On Monday, saw about 2.5 inches of rain. Yesterday, picked up another 1.1 of rainfall, and it's the areas that saw the heaviest rain over the past couple of days, or even just yesterday, that are waking up to the most dense and widespread fog this morning. But if you can, allow a few extra minutes out the door. No visibility right now in DeKalb County, no visibility in northwest Alabama and parts of Middle Tennessee. Rain and storm timeline, same thing we've seen the past several days. Hot, humid conditions. Heat index will be in the mid to upper 90s through the afternoon and evening time frame. Then we see those showers and storms developing. Right now we're in the low to mid 70s. Wind today out of the west and southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Look at the southeast on satellite and radar. There's the boundary that will be the trigger for the storms popping up later today.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
The traffic update for you. A few problem spots. The first one in Somerville at 67. Morgan County EMA has asked everybody to please stay away from this area. Also an extension of the delay down towards 67 and 36. So a big time slowdown in Somerville this morning with that accident on 67. Also Research Park by Plummer Road has been slow, both north and southbound. And one more accident, unfortunately, here this morning. This is on 71, Alabama 71 and 40, right where it meets. This is the Dutton-Pisgah area. Here's Henniger off to the east. This is slowing you down. We've had some very dense fog reported in Sand Mountain and Lookout Mountain. Not saying it contributed to the accident, but could be a factor with visibility near zero in this area. Jonathan?
All right, thanks, Jeff. Well, 2 men in Athens have been charged with attempted murder following a shooting that happened Monday night. The Limestone County Sheriff's Office tells us this all began when they got a call about a domestic violence incident at a home on Poplar Point Road just off of Shaw Road. Now, when deputies arrived to that home, they met with Bradley Hall, who claimed his truck was damaged in the incident. Later that night, authorities claim he contacted Jonathan Moore and told him that he was planning to kill the person who damaged his truck. Deputies believe Moore then drove Hall to the area where that person lived. Both men found that person walking on the side of the road around midnight, and that's when officials believe Hall left the vehicle and shot that victim in the face. A building with people inside was also struck during that gunfire. Hall was detained shortly after, but the sheriff's office says Moore tried to run into a nearby cornfield. He was found at a home Tuesday morning and eventually arrested. The person who was shot is expected to be okay, though.
A homicide investigation is underway in Marshall County. The sheriff's office says a man was found shot to death at a home on Brothers Road early Tuesday morning. Now you're looking at some video of the area where this happened. The coroner has turned the body over to the Department of Forensics for further examination. Now, we did ask the sheriff's office if they know what led to the shooting or if anyone has been arrested, but authorities did not provide us those answers. A Decatur man accused of leading authorities on a chase through 2 counties is facing numerous charges this morning. Authorities tried to pull over Demetrius Johnson Monday near the intersection of Beltline Road and Old Moulton Road as part of an active drug investigation. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office says Johnson refused to stop and then sped off. Deputies say he continued west on State Route 24 into Lawrence County. He was arrested after getting out of the car and trying to run away near the Lawrence and Franklin County line. Authorities say they found meth on him. He is charged with possession of dangerous drugs and attempting to elude.
Madison County prosecutors have charged a man with human trafficking after they say he pretended to be a religious leader to prey on young and vulnerable people. Michael McDougall runs the Growing in God's Grace charity in Huntsville. The website claims that he turned his life around after being arrested at a young age. The site says he would shelter the homeless and help pray with ex-convicts. Madison County investigators believe he used his charity as a guise to try and extort sexual favors out of people.
He finds out there's a young girl in jail or something and says, hey, I'll bond you out and you can come stay at my house, kind of thing. Or he goes to a homeless camp or something like that. it's not going to be anybody walking down the street. It's going to be somebody that's in a tight spot that he's taking advantage of.
A GoFundMe has been set up by some of McDougal's supporters who argue that he's innocent. He was arrested last week and remains in jail this morning.
Well, still to come, a man who was struck by lightning in Gunnersville is sharing his remarkable story of survival. We will hear from him next.
It's well known that Lake Gunnersville is a great and popular place to go to if you love to fish.
Yeah, people come from all over to fish and enjoy the scenery of the lake. We spoke to a man from Ohio whose love for Lake Gunnersville changed his life forever. Leroy Miller visits the lake every summer with his wife, but during this past trip, something unimaginable happened. On the morning of May 24th, he took his boat out, caught a few fish, and was enjoying his Memorial Day weekend when he was suddenly struck by lightning. He says at first he had no idea what happened. He just knew he had to call 911. When first responders reached him, they rushed him to UAB. Now, Leroy lost several fingers and had burns on the right side of his body. After spending some time in the ICU, he has now returned to the lake and continued his recovery.
I'm feeling amazing. I have my ups and down days where I, feel like you're less of a man because you can't do things. But at the same time, I know this is a hurdle that I'm just going to jump over and get to the next pass. I'm not somebody who's going to look at the negatives. I'm going to look at the positives of this. I'm going to change my life a little bit.
Great outlook. Leroy says this has not affected his love of fishing. In fact, he's currently learning how to fish left-handed.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Eric Burke.
Good to see Leroy telling his story and also spreading the word about lightning safety. He's going to catch a lot of fish in his lifetime, that's for sure. Lefty or righty, I think that guy knows how to do it. Temperatures today warming up to about 90 degrees. Heat index will be in the mid to upper 90s. Another hot, humid, just kind of sticky day. We will have a breeze out of the south and west about 5 to 10 miles per hour, just like yesterday. Around lunchtime, that's when we start to see our first pop-up showers and storms. These storms, when they develop, will produce a lot of heavy rainfall over a short amount of time, but also producing frequent cloud ground lightning, even some gusty winds. And I know we had some wind reports and wind damage out in parts of Limestone County. Rain and storms wrap up sometime around sunset this evening. Here's some of the fog on our Fly HSV Delta camera in Gunnersville. Again, tracking storms popping up and developing through the afternoon, evening time frame. If you've missed the rain the past several days and you miss it again today, don't worry. More rainfall chances down the road as each day looks just like the day before it. Pop-up showers and storms each afternoon. The weekend, don't cancel those plans. Just keep an eye on the radar and maybe anticipate a few interruptions or delays Saturday and Sunday.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for being with us here on a Wednesday morning. We'll see you later for Tennessee Valley Living at 11 and News at Noon.